Welcome to the Hoop Threads podcast. Here with another prospect spotlight today with Myles Jones, 2026 6'3" point guard, Modesto Christian in California, and Jalen Green Elite. Myles, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Awesome, man. Well, we both came out of a workout, so I'm sure we got to get some hydration and get out of here. So I
Yeah.
won't keep you too long. So let's start at the beginning, but let's start with the warm up first. So what's the best sports drink to you?
Body armor.
And any
Yeah.
particular flavor?
The strawberry banana.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
I had that for the first time last weekend. PS5, Xbox, or PC?
PlayStation.
What are you playing?
I play Warzone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, let's talk about your favorite meal. So entree, appetizer, dessert, drink. What are you asking for on your birthday?
My favorite meals probably wings. And then for drink, I just drink water. Really, that's it.
Keep
Yeah.
keeping it simple. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Rochester and from that area, man. We know our wings. So you got to get out there eventually sometime to Buffalo to check that out.
Yeah.
Um, what's your favorite basketball environment to play in? Can be AAU or high school.
I would say high school. I would say a playoff game. Packed out crowds. Everyone's really hyped. Especially with like a rival team, when the crowd's really trying to chirp at you, and just like a must-win game.
That's what it's all about, man. Tell me about your first dunk.
My first dunk, I was I was in eighth grade, um, at my school called Marble Valley, um, and I went up to grab the rim for the first time, and I grabbed it, and I kind of surprised myself. So I kind of threw a lob, jumped off two, and I actually got the dunk and surprised myself.
The self lob is crazy on the first dunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. All right, so you come from a basketball family. Talk about how you got started in the game and your father playing, their influence on your life. Kind of talk about what started you in this game.
So my dad was a coach at Capital Christian for a few years. Both my older brothers, they were playing for him, and I was really young. I was going to school there, so I would always be in their practices during the high school practices. I would just always be around, shooting on the side, sitting on the baseline, watching them do plays, watching them go live, and just doing drills. So it just really kind of inspired me to play basketball. And then my dad started an AAU team. And then, yeah, from then on, it's just really my brothers and my family that inspired me to play.
Okay. So your circle's kind of Rashad Khan is your trainer, and then like you said, your father, your high school coach. You guys have a different approach as far as just the patience and the focus on development, and it doesn't really seem like you're too big into the social media buzz. Talk about what makes your family's approach to your recruitment and your development different than the typical recruit.
I think my family they really invested in me a lot. They spent a lot of time and money on me. They're always just doing what's best for me, whether it's long drives to Modesto, or driving me to workouts, or just giving me speeches on what I need to do better. Because there's a lot of people that like to tell me what I do good and all that, but it's good for my family always to hear from them, like what I'm doing bad and what I need to work on.
Was your dad saying to you the most consistently?
He's just saying motor, like just keep going,
Hmm.
don't ever stop.
Got you. Okay. Who do you model your game after?
I would say Damian Lillard. I like his game a lot. Um, all that Dame time stuff and just watch. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any nuances that you're looking for when you watch him play? Anything you've learned?
Um, I mean, his step back is just, it's kind of like, it's coming. But watching him just step back and shoot it, it's cash every time. Um, and just, he's a really good point guard. He can really score. Um, yeah, he's just one of the greats for me.
Okay. So let's talk about some strengths and weaknesses in your game. I'm going to allow you to self scout and tell me, what are some things that you really do at a high level, and then some things that you feel like you have to work on.
Some things I do well. I feel like I can get my teammates involved. I'm not a selfish player at all. I always make the right pass and the right reads, whether that's in ball screens or just in fast breaks. I can really score. I'm a shifty guard. Shooting's definitely my best trait. Um, and right now, I'm really starting to be more of a vocal player and getting my team hyped up. So yeah, I'm just all about winning. That's all I really care about. Some things I need to work on. I would say I'm starting to be better as a vocal leader. I would say I could still be more vocal. Um, I just feel like you can't be too vocal. It's always good to keep your guys going.
Got you. Yeah. I mean, I'd say that's pretty spot on. I think you're pretty self-aware, on the floor and have a pretty good feel as far as like when your team needs a bucket and when your team needs a stop. I think kind of like explosive changes of direction to take advantage of some of the reads that you're making on the floor is kind of the next step in your progression and just kind of being able to absorb that bump to create the separation on some of your shots too. Dame Lillard is a good person to watch for that for sure. And honestly, like what I tell everyone, man, is loud communication just breeds confidence at both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to set good screens on a defense that talks, especially if it's all five. And so if that communication is loud and consistent from the best players on the team, those are the best team defenses. And that's intimidating to play against because you're not going to be able to get any of the easy shit that you usually get against, non-disciplined teams. How do you prepare for games like game day on the day of the game? Kind of take me through your routine if you have one.
So usually, obviously, play at night. So I usually try to get a lift in or just do like a lot of stretches. I get up uh really early, like before breakfast time. I get up and stretch, and I try to get a lift in. And then after I lift, I eat breakfast. And after breakfast, I really just put my headphones in, listen to music, and that gets me right for the game.
Yeah, what are you listening to?
Uh, Everything, just Drake, Gunna, people like that.
Okay, not a big country music guy, I'm assuming. All right.
Nah.
Talk about some differences in role between your AAU team. Well, actually, let's take this back. Talk about, coming over to Jalen Green Elite. What was attractive about that program to you, and what made you a good fit with that roster and with that team as far as like how they move on and off the court.
Jalen Green was amazing. They welcomed me with open arms. I love playing with all the players on there. I think we had a lot of great pieces that fit well with us. Um, and yeah, I felt like I was um, I always felt like I was their guy to help them win even more games. They really complimented me, and I really complimented them. So that was the best thing.
How was that bump on 3SSB circuit?
Oh, it was fun. It was real fun. It was definitely another experience for sure.
Cool. Okay. Let's get back to that role, question. So talk about the difference in role between your high school team or AAU team, if you have one, or if it's kind of similar, you just kind of speak on that.
I would say my role is pretty much the same. Being a guy that gets their teammates involved, trying to be a vocal leader and lead my guys to winning, and then obviously scoring when I need to score, hitting shots, and creating for others, and just creating energy to win games.
Talk about picking Modesto Christian. What made that an attractive school for you to head to? You guys made it all the way to the semifinals in the Open Championship last year. Kind of talk about what drew you to that school and that program, and why it's been a good opportunity for you so far.
What really drew me to Modesto was Coach Bryce and Teven. Um, they're really good coaches. They really produce, tough guards and guards that can really translate to the next level. They know what it takes, and they preach all of that to us every day. So that's what I really came there to look for them to tell me all my negative things and what I need to get better at to be able to play at the next level. And they kind of develop us, with skills, mentally, physically. They do a really good job of that. And so yeah, they're just looking for my best interest for the next level. And then as of how it's been great. We're working out a lot, always practicing. Our practices are really tough. Um, to even, I mean, like I said, they know what they're doing. So yeah, it's been great.
Cool. Talk about a time that you faced adversity and the tools that you used to navigate through that time period.
I would say I twisted my ankle right before the right before the basketball season start. Um, and the things I used to work on is just getting in the weight room and just doing a bunch of band things with my ankle, taking treatments, going to specialized people to do things for my ankle, icing when I get home, just doing whatever I can to get better at it. Um, and then as far as on the court, just keeping it in mind about my ankle, but also not, limiting myself.
Is it feeling better now?
Oh yeah, it's good now.
Perfect. Okay. Tell me about your gym schedule. What parts of your game have you been working on the most, and what do you feel like you've added since the end of the high school season?
I've been in the weight room a lot. Um, I train with G6 Performance in Sacramento. I go there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday um, around, I would say, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then after that, every day I go to Sports Core Fitness, and I train with Rashad Khan. And we just, work on a bunch of things that I'm good at and a bunch of things that I'm not good at. Um, and that's an everyday thing. And then usually after that, I'll go home and then go to the gym on my own and get some more reps up.
Okay. We kind of already talked about what you do that makes you stand out from the competition. How do you think that you'll contribute to winning at the next level? Do you think that you'll have to change and kind of morph your game a little bit, or kind of what you bring to the table you think is valuable there?
I feel like what I bring to the table is definitely valuable at the next level. I'm just kind of all about winning and making the right plays at the right time, just having an overall feel for the game, and doing the plays that takes winning, whether it's a one more extra pass or driving and getting a bucket or hitting a three when we need a three. I feel like just my IQ will really help me and translate to the next level.
Okay. Tell me about a part of your game that you feel like flies under the radar or is undervalued.
I would say passing for sure. A lot of people see like highlights and things like that. They're like, I can really score, really shoot, and I have like three levels in my game where I can get to the basket and I can shoot pull up mid ranges. I would say my passing is definitely underrated. I can really pass. I know when to make the right reads and hit the roll or the skip pass to the corner. And I also think that's kind of there's not you don't see a lot of point guards nowadays. Most people are score first, but that's good. But I feel like passing is definitely underrated.
Okay. Yeah, especially early on when you get to the college level for sure. Feeding the big dogs and getting the shooters going is a big part of, winning. What's physical spots on the floor do you feel the most comfortable and then the least comfortable, like areas? So like top of the key, corner, wing, slot, mid-range, elbow.
I feel comfortable all areas on the court, whether that's further from the basket or close to the basket. I don't really ever feel uncomfortable. Um,
Good.
yeah, I mean, I feel good all around the court. I'm
Okay.
always pretty confident.
All right. Rank these three in order of importance to you. So one being the most important and then working your way down. Game winning assist, game winning bucket, game winning defensive stop.
Number one, defensive stop. Number two, pass, extra pass, and then number three, game winning shot.
Okay. What are some things that you value, as, Miles Jones, on and off the court? Is it honesty? Is it respect? Is it leading by example, vocal leadership, accountability? What are some things that are really important to you on and off the floor?
Something that's really important to me is just work ethic, just always trusting your work, always putting the time in to get better. Whether you have good or bad games, just always working out, whether it's just in the gym or getting extra reps up. I think work is just, that's the best thing that you can do for playing basketball. Um, Besides that, getting your mental right. Um, People do different things, but I like to just kind of do yoga sometimes, to get right. So yeah.
Okay. Your recruitment started to pick up some steam, heading into your junior year here. We don't have to talk about specific schools, but talk about some of the criteria that you think isn't going to be important to you and your circle moving forward as far as, style of play. What type of coaching do you feel like you respond to the best? What defensive, offensive systems, West Coast, East Coast? Are you open to everything, big school, small school? Just kind of talk about what you think you'll be looking for down the line.
I really like how, um, I really like how like Gonzaga plays. I really like their offense and all of their concepts. Um, I want to go to a place where I could probably play my freshman year. A place that values point guard and just team basketball, and then also coaches that just hold you accountable. I feel like that's when I play my best, when I have coaches yelling at me, telling me like what to do and things like that. Um, yeah, staying on the West Coast for sure. For colleges, that would be also great.
Okay. Tell me about some of your interests and hobbies off the court. We talked about video games a little bit earlier. Do you have any hidden talents that you'd like to share?
I would say I'm really good at Warzone. Yeah, college. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite game.
Outside of video games, anything else you're doing?
Um, Not really. Just hanging out with family and friends. Yeah, we're just chilling at the house, or going to friends' houses. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So you're not like secretly a trombone player or anything like that. I got you. Okay. If basketball didn't work out for you, God forbid your career ended tomorrow, what would your plan be, in life?
I would definitely just keep my academics strong and get into a nice college. And then from there, depending on what my major is, because I haven't really thought about my major yet, but depending on what my major is, I would just keep pursuing that.
Okay. Give me some of your goals for this upcoming season.
My goals is to win section again for the second time, and then win state open championship.
Okay. Kind of talking about that. What has been your happiest moment on a basketball court so far?
Uh, it was I believe it was the quarterfinals, and the Open Championship last year against the De La Salle. One of my teammates hit the game-winning shot to send us there, and a lot of people were doubting us. No one thought we would win that game. That was definitely just the best feeling, knowing that we proved a bunch of people wrong during that game. So yeah.
Okay. So especially on Twitter, I'm pretty loud in my support for my area, the DMV, that I cover. What sets California basketball apart from other hotbeds across the country?
I would say we're super skilled, and we have some dogs. Um, we're really skilled. We got a bunch of good trainers out here, and everyone has a feel for the game. Everyone can really shoot, pass. They can do everything. They get the basket, and we're super athletic. I think a lot of different other areas aren't as skilled as us for sure.
Okay. No, I'd agree with that part. Two more questions and we'll get you out of here. Really appreciate your time. What advice would you have for a young hooper coming up that, is inspired by, yourself and kind of wants to pursue some of the same goals? What's like a consistent piece of advice that you've gotten that's really helped you, or what would you kind of share with a young and coming up?
I would just say keep working. No matter what happens, what kind of situation you're in, whether it's good or bad, whether you're the 10th person on the team or you're the best player taking all the shots, just always keep working because the work's always going to show. Um, and just keeping your circle tight, keeping the right people around you that are just for you and looking for the best interest for you.
Okay. Last question, man. What is your why? Why do you work so hard at the game? Why do you sacrifice so much time and effort and put so much, of your soul into the game? What kind of is your why?
My why is definitely my family. Specifically my brother. He spent a lot of time on me when I was younger, getting me right for the next levels that I was playing at. Um, we spent hours and hours in the gym. He's even like took time off of his schedule for he needed to be working out for his team and for himself, but he would take time from that and work me out and help me get better. And then just all the sacrifices that my parents have made for me, driving me to workouts and some of the money that it costs. Yeah, that's definitely my why. Just repaying them when I make money.
Perfect, man. Just out of curiosity, how old were you when you first beat your brother in ones?
I was 15.
Okay. And are you
Yeah,
doing it consistently now?
yeah. He can't mess with me. Yeah,
Got you.
yeah.
Really appreciate the time, Myles. Looking forward to watching you last 2 years playing high school basketball and beyond that, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate it.